Alright guys, welcome back to another very British adventure, and in today's video it is Operation Stay Warm and Dry. The temperature has dropped, it looks like it is about to rain, and I'm going to build a shelter predominantly using only what I can find on the floor in the woodland, and maybe throw in a couple of tarps too. But I'm going to be building something today that I've never showed you guys before. It's an easy build, anyone can do it, but it will keep you exceptionally warm, even if, like me right now, you don't have a sleeping bag. Let's get cracking. What do we have here? Oh, it is the blackberry ripening season. The raspberries are all done now, but the blackberries, it's early in the season. So that means if you find a ripe blackberry now, it's the beginning of August, they should be really, really sharp, which is exactly how I like them. When it comes sort of late August to mid-September, that kind of range, generally speaking, they'll be really, really sweet. And I'll still eat them when they're really, really sweet. My wife makes a mean apple and blackberry crumble, and that's absolutely delicious. But if I'm just going to pick a sole berry, my preference is just give you that sharp tang. I love it. Oh, nice one. Alright, I think this is the spot. I found a nice level area with a really good vantage point. Basically, there's no pathway coming up here. I sort of had to beat my way up. And then right at the bottom, there is a track which runs through the woods that I've come along. And so my plan is I'll set up a tarp here, angle it. It's a camo tarp, so I'll angle it in such a way that I'll be difficult to see from the bottom, yet I'll be able to see anyone if they do come along. But then all around me and all behind me, the hill continues upwards, and it's just full of bracken and fern and brambles. So I can't imagine any dog walkers are going to be sort of working their way through that. So I should basically be invisible and at the same time have eyes on anyone that maybe does come along. But I think it's going to rain in a second anyway, so I don't imagine it's going to be that busy in the woods. And seeing as it's going to rain, it's time to set up a tarp. Let's get that done. Alright, I am very happy to have the tarp shelter up because it feels like the rain is fairly imminent. So anything we leave up here we can keep dry, and obviously we've got somewhere that we can take refuge when the heavens do open. But there are still 4 vitally important bits that I need to find. Well, there's 6, but there's 4 that might be difficult to find. The last 2 in a pine forest will be quite easy, but the first 4 bits, I should find them, but I'm going to have a really good rummage around the forest floor, and there's bracken and ferns everywhere, which can sometimes make seeing things at a distance a bit tricky, but fingers crossed, we'll find them. My weapon of choice. Right. This little beast. I've already eyed up my first cut. That is getting right to the limits of what this little saw can comfortably cut, but that's plenty, that's all we need. Alright, so I need 4 of these pieces of wood with this shape in them here. 1 down, 3 to go. How many of you out there are already starting to think you know why I need 4 of these? If you think you've got it, jump in the comments and share your ideas. See if you can guess correctly before I build it. Be a bit of fun. Right, let's go find some more. This one might work. It's not quite as sharp a pronounced V as I would like, but in the event of not finding 4, we might find 3, and this will make this work, if not. But if we find a better one, then I'll leave this. See if this is strong enough. Oh, that feels plenty strong enough. You'll do. So those first 3 were a piece of cake to find, and this last one is proving to be a real nightmare. Why is it always the last one? All 4. We just got to find somewhere to put. Come on, Hank. Get the last bits. Well, it's official. It is officially raining. It's only light at the moment, but you know when you know it's just going to absolutely bucket it down. Anyway, not to worry. Firstly, I quite like camping in the rain. Secondly, we're already set up and ready for it. And thirdly, actually, I'll tell you what, I want to share a little tip. For those of you that also like going out and filming videos, and maybe you like going out and doing it in the rain as well, maybe you're an oddball like me, all 6 of you out there that might want to do that, I want to share with you the setup that I've just kind of stumbled upon. Super cheap, super light. I'm not selling anything here, I just thought this might come in handy for you. This is my new camera waterproof setup for filming. Yeah? Cheap and effective. It was just a multi-purpose clamp from Amazon, and this little umbrella I got from Robert Dyest earlier today, and I really like the little perspex top. It means it doesn't mess with my light too much. Anyway, let's get this build finished and then we can get the fire lit and cook some food because I'm starving, and then we can bed down for the night. Let's go. We just lace it up. That is super comfy. Birchwood again, because well, it burns for longer than pine and it doesn't spit. It certainly doesn't spit as much as pine, so less of a fire hazard, and it's going to be better hopefully for cooking our meat. I'm so hungry. This is lamb, not steak. Much more fatty than the steaks I had, so I'm thinking that when the fat started dropping into the twig fire, even though it was down to hot coals, that was creating these big flames, so it got a little bit charred on the outside. That's a good bit, mate. Come on. This is love, mate. This is seriously good bit. Yeah. Anyway, he's been on this adventure with me. So it's a little bit charred on the outside, but it's still nice and pink in the middle, if that's how you like it. That's how I like it. Seems to be how Hank likes it as well. No, this one's mine, mate. So when we finish this beer, finish this food, we're going to get set up for the night. We're going to see just how warm this keeps us. I haven't actually put any insulation bracket or anything underneath this, so I think I'm going to be alright. It is August. Got this tiny little blanket, no sleeping bag. And as I say, this gives us a big gap between us and the ground, so I'm hoping it's going to keep us warm. But there's only one way to find out, and that's to wait an extra few minutes and watch me wake up in the morning. I'll either be shivering, or I'll be like, that was a cakewalk. Honestly don't know, but we're going to find out together. You want some more of this, do you? Okay. Knuckles. Okay. Right, let's get ready for bed. Here you go. You got my down. Come on down. There's a good boy. There we go. You can have this. How's that? Oh. Good boy. You'll sleep all in your eyes, mate. That's better. Oh, good morning. Whew. Other than being absolutely eaten alive by a pack of hungry mosquitoes at one point last night, this is another successful mission, I'd say. It's a pretty awesome spot. This, undoubtedly the most comfortable camp bed I think I've ever been on in my life. How about you, mate? You a fan? Alright, it's time to get the morning started. Come on, mate. Let's go. Oh, piping hot coffee. Never fails to hit the spot. I've just poured the rest of my water into the kettle, and that's going to heat up over these coals whilst the coals go out. And I use that to clean my kit down because my chopping board's covered in lamb fat from last night. I should have cleaned it last night. I know I should have, but better late than never. Anyway, I hope you guys have enjoyed this little camping trip with me. And next time our little adventure is almost certainly going to involve getting wet. Not necessarily because it's going to rain. I've got no idea what the weather's going to do. But because I hope to jump in the water with a little snorkel and mask and maybe have a little rummage around, try and find a lobster or a crab, or maybe take the spear gun out and shoot a fish and take that back to camp. Hopefully that's the plan anyway. So rocking up here with your food, all vacuum packed from the supermarket is all well and good, but it kind of feels like cheating, just like a little bit. So if that sounds like an adventure you want to come along on, then by all means join me then. I don't know what day that will go up, so if you haven't done so already, if you hit the subscribe button and the little notifications bell, and YouTube will let you know as and when we head out on that next adventure. But as for me and Hank, it's time to get packed up and head off. Cheers.